Hi there. Have you guys heard of the Make 9 challenge? It's a challenge that people like me, sewers, sewists, whatever you want to call people who sew, some of us at the beginning of the year challenge ourselves to make 9 patterns throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, they do a recap to show how well they did. And that is exactly what I'm going to do today. Unfortunately, I didn't really do that well, but I had a lot going on in my life this year that didn't involve sewing, including moving and moving again and moving back to the same house that we originally started in, because this market is tough. We tried to sell our house and it just didn't work out, so we moved back into it. Most of my Make 9, well, it turned out to be Make 6, have an associated video with it, and I'll go ahead and link those below. I would like to start off with my most recent make, actually, is my Christmas shirt. This was the McCalls 7390, and one of my favorite makes, especially if you want to match patterns and colors. But after wearing it a few times, I realized I made some mistakes that I would improve on if I make this again. For instance, I chose to do a wider seam allowance because the pattern didn't exactly, I thought it would be too small for me. And if you look at it, there's way too much bulk here. So in the front center panel, I actually can fix this pretty easily. I should have kept the 5/8 inch seam allowance because I think it would have fit me better then. And here's the sideways view, because I got a lot of comments on people wanting to see the side and the back of things. Look at those Christmas lights. I can't wait to wear this one for the holidays, so I will definitely wear it again. This is one of my favorite makes of the year, and the strange part about it is I did not like it at first. In fact, if you watch the video of me making it, I thought it was a fail. But I really like the kind of the quilting cotton fabric. I made this for Valentine's Day, so you can see it has hearts and flowers and roses, and I think this is a really pretty fabric. The pattern is the McCalls 8320. You can do a couple of things with this, including making it a dress, which I might try in the future, but I made the tunic style. Apparently, I really like this style because I'm just more comfortable in tunic type tops, not tops that might stop at the midriff and reveal something that I just don't feel comfortable revealing right now. This pattern also made me try pin tucking, which is really an awesome technique, and I really like how it turned out. So the front panel here is pin tucked, and then because I had this pink piping, I decided to use some of that around the pin tucking to frame it. So I think that worked out really well. The sleeves, they're elastic, and when I do my elastic, I make it a lot looser so that it doesn't constrict my arm, especially when moving. So you can see how loose this is, but it still has a great elastic effect. The other thing about the sleeves is they have these folds, which you really can't see, and honestly, I can't really see them either, so I'm not sure I would add that detail, but it's kind of a nice little layering effect in the sleeve as well. So this pattern is awesome, and I'm very happy I made it. What's next? Let's finish out the shirts. Here's where I cheated a bit in my Make 9, because I was supposed to make another pattern, the McCalls 7838, but I chose instead to replace it with the Simplicity 9646. I thought these were similar enough where I could get away with it. This one was fun to make because it really reminded me of a pirate shirt. And I chose this blue and white window pane check fabric because I thought it would be the perfect work shirt. And I have worn it to work many times, but check out these sleeves. Aren't these awesome? Again, with the elasticized arm, but not too tight where it's going to constrict me. I can still pull them up if I want. And just look at all of that. I love the big sleeves here. And also they hang a bit low. I don't know what those are called, like low hanging sleeves, not sure. But the top, this fits me really well. I think I probably did the size 22 or something. Let me see. Oh, this pattern actually goes up to size 26, so that's another awesome thing about it. I probably did the largest size, and that's why it fits me so well. Because I like this pattern so much, and because I thought it made a good work shirt, I actually made another one. Speaking of work, I was one of those people that worked from the office, and then after COVID, I got to work from home for several years. When they called us all back to the office for at least 3 days a week, I needed my new wardrobe because I had definitely changed sizes over the last few years. So this is why I ended up making so many shirts this year. But let's go check out that other one because it's actually short sleeved. See what I did this time? I just didn't put the sleeves on. This is actually a version of the pattern that you can shoot. So I didn't just think of this myself, although I would have because I like doing things like that. Love this fabric. This is quilting cotton. I just love the brilliant roses. So I wear this one all the time. I wear it to work. I wear it at home. I wear it grocery shopping. This is definitely one of my go-to shirts because short sleeves are really my favorite. So I'm definitely going to make some more of these. It's also a good length, and you can see when I turn around, it really still covers me exactly where it should. So I definitely like this pattern, and so this is another one of my favorite 2023 makes. If you're counting, we've only reached 3 of the 9, unless I count making this twice as 2. Can I do that? Okay, I can't. Not gonna let myself. So I only have 2 more makes yet, and one of them really bummed out about this. I can't find my cape. I made this really awesome, beautiful cape out of this pattern. And since we moved, and we still have a ton of boxes in the garage and in storage, I'm hoping it's in there. But since we moved so many times, it's still packed away somewhere. And because of that, I'm gonna make this pattern again next year, except I think I wanna try the capelet. So instead of wearing it now, I think I'll link to the video. I have a video of making this, or maybe I'll just put in like me walking around with it because I actually went shopping with this. And I found that there's a couple of issues wearing capes. One is that when you get in your car and you're trying to do the seatbelt, you got the cape over you and it has these little pockets. Well, how the heck do you get the seatbelt over you when you're wearing a cape? And then how do you drive with it? So I ended up having to take it off when I got in the car. And when I went shopping with it, I had a little issue with it too, because I felt a little bit like a T-Rex, because you got to kind of stick your little hands out when you're picking things and you can't get them out of the pockets all the way. So either you flip it back over your shoulders like Sherlock Holmes. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do, but I didn't do it. So it's just a very hard, capes in general are very hard to wear when you're trying to do regular things. But otherwise, I super love it. And that's why I was thinking maybe if I make a capelet, maybe something that comes down to here, it'll be more practical. So that's the missing make I have this year. And the last one I'm gonna show you, I made 3 of these, again, because I just love this pattern, but this time it's a dress. So I'll be right back. I'm back. My hair is gonna get super messy now because these I have to pull over my head, and I have 3 of them. Rosery Apparel. This dress is from Janelle from Rosery Apparel. I don't know if you guys follow her YouTube channel, but I really like her patterns, especially this, the Pansy dress. Let me just go through a few reasons why I like it. The first is that it doesn't have a zipper. This just actually goes over your head. And now she had a little button in the back, a little V and a button, but I took that out of there because I found that I could just slip this over my head, so why bother with that, right? And the other thing I like about it, again, are the sleeves. These are really cute, comfortable, elasticized sleeves. Oh, by the way, this is linen. Linen dresses are so comfortable, and I think I'm gonna have to make some more of them next year because I actually wash all my linen and it doesn't really seem to do any harm, but I really think linen is one of the most comfortable fabrics. But back to the dress. Isn't this a pretty color? Blue and magenta. Let me stand up for a sec because I did alter the pattern. I actually lowered the waist. My natural waist is about here. And I lowered the pattern by about 2 inches. So you can see it sits lower. And the reason I did that, again, it's back to that comfort factor. I'm just one of those people that doesn't like things around my waist. I'm gonna contradict myself because that's actually not true. I do have a lot of button-up shirt dresses. I love those a lot, and I do like wearing jeans. I think maybe it's just an addition to my wardrobe. So if I'm feeling a little like I don't wanna wear something too tight around my waist, I'll slip one of these on instead. This is another good dress for the office because it's perfect for sitting around in your chair all day while you're on conference calls or doing something on your monitor or, you know, something like that. Very useful office attire. In fact, let me go show you the next one. You all might recognize this pink fabric because I used the leftover fabric in that wrap dress I just made. But let's focus on the Rosery apparel. So what I tried to do here is color block a bit. Absolutely love this brown and white gingham, and I thought it matched really well with the pink. You can see that I like mixing and matching fabrics. Although what I think I should have done, I was trying to get all creative and do like a 2/3 split here, but maybe what I should have done is just kept it simple and done 1/2 brown and 1/2 the pink. Or actually, I would love to have just a brown gingham dress out of this material. So if I can remember where I got this fabric, it's all quilting cotton again, I will definitely maybe get some more of this and make another dress out of it. This is version number 2, the pockets. And woo! Let me go ahead and get version number 3, where I tried to get a little too creative. You'll see what I mean in a second. Here it is, version number 3. I call this my waterfall dress because it's got these amazing ruffles all the way down. Can you guys see that? Ruffles all the way to the back. So yeah, sometimes I like to get a little too creative. And I actually used the pin tuck method from that earlier pattern. So I put some nice pin tucks in here, and I had some of this beautiful matching rose fabric. There's yellow, there's red, and actually I have to confess, these weren't fabric scraps. I still have a lot of material like this left, so I get to make something else out of it. But I just thought, why not be a little whimsical? This is something I haven't worn to the office yet, although I think I could. You know, I just don't want to appear in my natural state. I have these dreams of running through wildflowers in this dress and getting all hippie and putting flowers in my hair, maybe a garland like I did when I grew up. But yeah, so this dress is really my back to nature dress. And I do like it. I like it a lot. Same thing I did with the waist, kept that lowered waist and the sleeve. Basically everything is identical in all 3 dresses except the material that I chose. This is actually lighter. It's not a poplin, it's maybe a voile, I don't know how to pronounce that one, V-O-I-L-E, you know that one? That's what this is. All right, so that's what I made in 2023 out of my Make 9 list. And if you're keeping up, I believe that's 6, unless you count the 2 extra dresses and the 1 extra blouse I made, and then we have 9. Does that count? Let me just quickly show you the patterns I didn't make. So let's start with this one, the Vogue 1763. I actually vetoed this because I didn't know what kind of fabric to use. Well, I think this requires a very light and delicate fabric, and it's sort of, if you don't use something like a very sheer silk or something like that, I think it's going to look more like a tent. Just didn't feel like making that because I have a sneaky suspicion this won't look good in my body type. I might consider this one day, but this isn't even on my 2024 list. These, the frickin' pants. I picked up this pattern so many times over 2023 and still have not made them. So guess what? They're going on my 2024 list. I have yet to make a pair of pants that fits me. So yes, in 2024, it's going to be my year of the pants. I'm telling you, casual, work, shorts, all sorts of things, culottes, you name it. I'm going to make it next year, I swear. Because I'm not moving again for a while. Another one I did not make is Mimi G 1016, the Simplicity coat. And the reason I did not make this one is there's just way too many pieces. And you know, it was getting to the end of the year. I was finally settled again like October. And I just couldn't see myself going through the trouble of making it. All this little stuff that goes into this one coat. So that's why I vetoed this. And I might make this one in the future, but not right now. The last one I vetoed is this Vogue 1863. And the reason, okay, I didn't have time to get to this one. I love this skirt though. I think it looks like a really cool skirt with like really cool pockets. This is a skirt and then it comes with 2 blouses. I might try just making the skirt. I haven't decided, but just didn't have time to get to it, so I didn't do that one as well. So that's all for Make 9 2023. And next up, I will have my Make 9 2024 video out in a couple of weeks. So if you see what I want to do next year, I've decided to do it a little differently and give myself a broader selection. You'll see what I mean if you watch that video in a couple of weeks. Thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed my mix. Ooh.